Good morning, Year 3. This week we're looking at reading time or telling time. The best way that you can learn how to tell the time is by looking at the clock throughout the day at different points in the morning and in the evening before you go to bed, and to see where those hour hands are and the minute hands. So keep having a look throughout the day, and this will help you with your telling the time. So today we'll look at what the numbers on the clock mean, what the hands on the clock mean, what AM and PM mean, the in focus question, and then it's your turn. Numbers on the clock. So if we put on all of these here, we have numbers in the centre of the clock, in the middle, and these are our large numbers that you'll see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, all the way around to 12. Now, hopefully, through year 1 and 2, you will know what these numbers mean, and they are the hours. So those are the large numbers. And if we look on the outside, you won't have these numbers necessarily on your clock. Most clocks don't. They are the minute numbers. So the little lines that you see in between the big numbers, they are your minutes. And there are 60 little lines which symbolise 60 little minutes. Okay, so as we go through this week, you'll learn more and more and more about those little minutes in between those big numbers. And around the outside, if we go around and we follow the green arrow, that shows us time that's gone past the hour. And as soon as we hit half past, which is at the bottom, we then follow the orange arrow, and that tells us time that's towards the next hour. Okay. If we look at our hands on the clock, so just like we've said, there's those big numbers that tell us the hour, and then the little dots, the little dashes around the clock are the minutes. Okay, now if our minute hand is pointing at the very top at 12, that shows us it is something o'clock. So if we read this clock at the moment, hopefully you'd be able to tell me it is 2 o'clock, because the hour hand is pointing directly at the 2 and our minute hand is pointing directly at the 12. So that's 2 o'clock. If that minute hand had scooted all the way around to half past at the bottom, that would be 2:30. And we'll also learn about where our hour hand moves, because that hour hand also slightly moves in the next few days. So we've got our hour hand, which is the short, stumpy one, and we've got our minute hand, which is the long, thin one. Now, AM and PM. So we have a certain name for them. So this is what they mean. And they are Latin. So we've got antemeridium and postmeridium. And they basically mean antemeridium is AM and postmeridium is PM. So meridium means midday, ante means before, so before midday, which is AM, and then post means after. So post meridium just means after midday, and that's why we use AM and PM. Now this is going to come in useful in our in focus question, so bear this in mind. Sam asked Ravi where he was at 9:30, and Ravi said he was in school. Later, he said he was at home at 9:30. Could Ravi have been telling the truth? So, pause the video and have a little think. What could Ravi be talking about? Write it down. So, Ravi could have been telling the truth. He just needed to put a little bit more information with his time. So it says Ravi was in the classroom at 9:30 in the morning. So we'd write 9:30 a.m. Okay, and that's the important part that Ravi missed off. So that tells us that he was there just after midnight, but just before noon. And then finally, Ravi could have been at home at 9:30 at night, because he could have done it at 9:30 p.m. And therefore that shows us that this is past noon, but it's just before midnight, so just later on in the afternoon. So that PM and AM are really important to tell us what time of day the time is, because it can be in the morning and it can be in the afternoon. Hence 9:30 AM, 9:30 PM. Now we've also got another time here if we look. So it says Sam brushes his teeth at 8:15 in the morning. So hopefully you guys will know we'd use AM because it's in the morning. So it says we would write the time as 8:15 AM. And if we have a little look at the clock, you can see that the minute hand, which is the red hand on here, but then don't always use colours. On normal clocks, they're black or a certain colour. So you'll always tell the minute hand is the longer hand, remember. So the longer hand, the minute hand, has gone around the clock to show 15 minutes past 8, okay? And that's used all those little dashes to count those minutes. So it's counted in fives, hasn't it, to get round to 15. And then the hour hand is no longer directly on the 8, it's slightly moved past, because it's no longer exactly 8 o'clock, it's gone past 8 o'clock, so therefore that minute hand and the hour hand need to move as well. So as you can see, it's slightly gone past. And then here, it says Emma finishes reading her book at 1:30 in the afternoon. So if it's in the afternoon, would I use AM or would I use PM? I'm going to use PM because it's in the afternoon. It's afternoon, isn't it? So, and as you can see, that minute hand has gone all the way down to 30 minutes. Okay, so they've counted 5 minutes each time. And our hour hand is directly in between the 1 and the 2 because it's halfway round 1 o'clock, isn't it? It's gone halfway past, it's 1:30. So therefore our hour hand needs to be halfway between 1 and 2. And now it's your turn. So have a little go on Google Classroom. There'll be some activities and worksheets for you to do. And remember, keep looking at your clock throughout the day. So look at it now. What time are you starting your activity? And how long does it take you to finish it? And you could even write that on your Google Classroom comments to say how long it took you. Good luck.